To make her maiden speech to Parliament, I call on Catherine Wedd.
Thank you, Mr Speaker, and congratulations on your role. We first officially met when you visited Hawke's Bay just after Cyclone Gabrielle devastated our region, and your experience, compassion and guidance was greatly appreciated.
Well, thank you very much. It's kind of you to say.
Yeah. We all know how hard it is to get a seat in this House. It's a privilege and honour to represent the electorate of Tukituki, Hastings, Heretatonga, the Fruit Bowl of New Zealand, the heart of my electorate. I'm proud to stand here as the first female National Party MP for Tukituki. And wow, did we turn Tukituki blue. A record majority of over 10,000, the biggest majority the seat has ever had. Thank you, Tukituki and provincial New Zealand. You spoke for positive change and a government which will reward success and be aspirational for all New Zealanders. I want to congratulate our inspirational Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Christopher Luxon, and our amazing Deputy Leader, Nicola Willis, who I'm proud to stand behind as you lead our team to get New Zealand back on track. To our party President Sylvia Wood, thank you for your trust and confidence in me. I won't let you down. Thank you to my Tukituki campaign team, Joe Harvey, Belle, Ben, Caden, Andrew, Dennis, Lisa, Ian, Trevor and Rosie. It takes a team, and your commitment has been incredible. I'd like to acknowledge our former Tukituki national MPs, Craig Foss for your guidance, and Lawrence Yule for backing and mentoring me all the way. We come to this House because we want to make a positive difference. I respect the privilege of being here, and I will make every moment count. As a former broadcast journalist, I've always been a storyteller, telling others' stories. Now this, my maiden speech, is a chance for me to tell you my story, outlining the chapters that have already been written and the chapters I'm yet to write. I am Catherine Wedd. I was Catherine Loft. My father is Simon Loft, a farmer from Ohura, near Taumaranui in the King Country. My mother was Joanna Tolhurst from Wanganui. My grandfather, Bill Tolhurst, was the National MP for Wanganui in 1969, and my grandmother, Jenny Tolhurst, also ran for Parliament in 1981. Grandma never got a seat in this House, but she was a woman before her time, when it wasn't common for women to be MPs, with just 8 female MPs being elected that year. I know she would be so proud to see her granddaughter standing here now among 57 other female MPs in this 54th Parliament. I share a simple quote from my grandfather's maiden speech: "Action is better than words." I joined the National Party because I respect the value of rewarding hard work and getting things done. Enough of the ideology and bureaucracy and the talk. It's time for more action. With politics in my blood, I've wanted to be an MP since I was a little girl. When I was 10 years old, I buried a time capsule at our primary school, and I wrote a letter to myself that I opened 10 years later. In that letter, I wrote that I wanted to be a lawyer, a broadcast radio journalist, and a politician. Perhaps the 3 most unpopular professions of this century. I'm no crystal ball gazer, but that's what I did. I did law, I became a TV reporter for One News and then the BBC in London, and now the political chapter begins. Personal responsibility, creating your own destiny, and limited government are the National Party values, and why I'm here, having a goal and making it happen. I'm one of 5 children, and I want to acknowledge my siblings, their wives and husbands: Jeremy, Matt and Julia, Rachel and Murray, and Georgie, who have all supported my journey. My older brother Jeremy is intellectually disabled and has never been able to talk. We learnt sign language as kids and were always taught that we can overcome adversity. All my life, I've been protective of my brother, standing up for him when he was challenged at school, standing up for his rights to a normal life. I understand the challenges faced by families who also have loved ones challenged by a disability. But my brother is an absolute inspiration for our family. He's had successful jobs at trucking companies and is now working on a dairy farm. This is someone who has never been able to talk in his life, but he has never been held back by his disability because we focus on his ability, self-responsibility and independence. To my brother Jeremy, you make our family proud every day. Thank you for the amazing work of IHC and all the carers for the past 46 years. You have such an impact on the lives of so many families across New Zealand, including ours, and I will always be a strong advocate for those with disabilities. To my mother Joanna, who trained as a teacher but never finished her training, instead at 19 had 3 children under 3 and put all her efforts into teaching us. My mother knows the power of education to create equality. Mum has been behind me all the way, never accepting mediocrity, encouraging me to go higher and higher. Living nearly an hour out of town along the Forgotten World Highway, down 10 kilometres of gravel road, education often isn't easy, but parents' commitment can make a good education possible. To my farmer dad, I thank you for my softer side, my sense of humour, my relentless optimism, and teaching me that we should always teach others as we wish to be treated. I've walked alongside you in my gumboots across the King Country hills. I know how hard Kiwi farmers work to make a living. Growing up a farmer's daughter, I was taught to work hard, spending my school holidays rousing in the shearing sheds, docking lambs and chipping thistles. I had a wonderful rural upbringing and never wanted for much. But life hasn't always been easy. I've seen those closest to me struggle with alcohol and addiction. So many families in New Zealand struggle with addiction. It's destructive and dangerous. But admitting my mother to rehab was positively life-changing for her and our family. I want to acknowledge the amazing work of the Salvation Army rehabilitation programs, which have helped turn the lives of so many New Zealanders around. I'm a strong supporter for community rehabilitation and programs where we can support victims and offer more opportunity for people to make positive choices. Our communities get the best outcomes, not centralised bureaucracy. This is not the first time that I've stood in this House. In 1997, I stood here as a youth MP in my final year at school after completing a law degree at Canterbury University and then becoming a TV reporter. I've also stood up there as a journalist. In front of the camera, I was telling the stories, holding the politicians to account. Now, on the other side, I want to acknowledge the media and work you do to ensure the New Zealand public have transparency and accountability. Fair, balanced reporting is so important, and upholding the integrity and independence of our fourth estate must be a priority, and I will stand up always to ensure the lines of balance aren't blurred. During my time as a journalist, I connected with thousands of people, whether it was the mum with a brain tumour who was appealing for funding for cancer drugs to give her more time with her little girl, or the parents who lost their son in a drink driving accident and wanted more education to save lives, or the rape victim who wanted tougher sentencing, more support for victims. As a journalist, I had the power to influence as a storyteller. It inspired me to now become a story maker, being part of a team creating the actions for a positive narrative. As a strong debater at university and school, I'm a big believer in free speech. If we aren't delivering strong arguments for the policies we believe in, we aren't doing our job. And I respect that across this House we want the best outcomes, just a different way of achieving them. Growing up in an extremely competitive family, I've played competitive sport. Sports teams have shaped me and continue to play a large role in our family's life. But I believe that politics is the supreme team sport, where we must work as a team to achieve positive outcomes. I would like to congratulate my Hawke's Bay teammate, Katie Nimmin, for Napier. We turned the Bay blue, and as a team, I know we are going to do great things for Hawke's Bay. And across the House, I'd also like to acknowledge Kushla Tangairi Manuel, MP for Ikaroa Tairawhiti. I also look forward to working together. I arrived in Hawke's Bay 13 years ago. Living in London, working for the BBC, I met my Kiwi husband, Henry. We were Kiwis travelling the world before we moved back to the best place in the world, Hawke's Bay, where we settled down and had our 4 children. It's here I became heavily involved in the horticulture sector, head of marketing for one of our largest exporters and sitting on the board of New Zealand Apples and Pears. Tuki Tuki is the engine of horticulture in this country, and in my roles I've been responsible for promoting our premium produce, adding value to the amazing produce we grow and helping diversify the overseas markets we send our products to. Spending time in China's high-end supermarkets and walking the bustling wholesale markets of Vietnam, I've seen firsthand the potential and opportunity for our New Zealand exports. Seeing how an ordinary apple grown in the orchards of Hawke's Bay can be brought to life on the red carpets in Asia. As a small food-producing country, we need to be aspirational for our primary industries. At the bottom of the globe, we're never going to feed the world. We need to play to our competitive advantage, and that's growing the most premium produce in the world. I'm proud to be part of a national government which will drive more productivity in this country by stopping the war inflicted on our farmers and growers. It's time to reduce the red tape, regulation and compliance and get our economy going once again. It's time to make it easier for our farmers to farm, our growers to grow and our exporters to export. This is the way to get ahead. But we can't grow our economy at the expense of the environment. After working for an organic grower and exporter, I know we can run profitable businesses while also enhancing our environment for future generations. We must protect New Zealand Inc., harness our pure green image so we maintain our competitive advantage on the global stage. After Cyclone Gabrielle, we saw the powerful destruction of Mother Nature and the importance of resilient infrastructure. Our cyclone victims are still hurting, and I will continue to stand up for you as we work hard to build back better. There are several projects for Hawke's Bay that I support and will fight for and want to put on record in this House. The 4-lane expressway between Hastings and Napier has to happen. A new Hawke's Bay hospital, it must be a priority. And water storage in Hawke's Bay is an absolute must. If we're going to continue to grow as a region, these 3 infrastructure projects are critical to Hawke's Bay's future. As a mother of 4 children, education is also an area I'm really passionate about. It's the pathway to a job and a lifetime of success, but currently we are failing our most vulnerable children. We need to move away from the bureaucracy and focus on what matters inside the classrooms. I've had a diverse education, going to both the lowest and highest decile schools. But at the core of it all, I had amazing teachers who focused on literacy and maths and teaching the basics brilliantly. We need to lift education in this country and get back to basics. Tuki Tuki, Hawke's Bay is the best place on earth to live, and we are so proud to call it our home. And although we have some rebuilding to do after the cyclone, Tuki Tuki's best days are ahead. It's an honour to serve the people of Hastings, Flaxmere, Havelock North, Clive, Maraea Kākaho, Tiawonga, Hamawana, Waimarama, Onga Onga, Otani and Tikakino. We have a diverse electorate representing a diverse range of people. Kia koutou ngā hāpū me ngā marae, o te mātou a Māui. Kia ora, kia ka, ha, tātou. I'd like to acknowledge Ngāti Kahanunu. I look forward to working together and standing together to ensure our region, Te Mātua Māui, grows together. I support a multicultural New Zealand. Our country's enriched by migration. With growing Hawke's Bay industries, immigration is so important, and I've been a relentless supporter of the recognised seasonal employment scheme, which sees thousands of RSE workers from the Pacific Islands coming to our Hawke's Bay orchards every year. Labour shortages are filled, our economy grows, more jobs are created, and our Pacific neighbours enriched as they return with money for their families and communities. I'd also like to acknowledge our Hawke's Bay Hastings Sikh community for welcoming my family into yours. New Zealand is your home, and your dreams for a better life here should be supported and fulfilled. As I make my closing statement, I turn to my family, to my darling children, Sophie 13, Hugo 11, Hannah 9 and Charlie 6. I apologise in advance for Mum not always being there, but I promise to be there when I can and make sure that New Zealand is a country where all children can pursue their dreams. I love you all so much and I'm determined to make you proud. Being a working mum isn't always easy. The time sacrifices we make can hurt, but the positive difference we can make can also be great. Finding the balance is the art we must master as mums. I'm proud to be representing the working mums of young children in this house. It is time to stand up for Kiwi parents, respect hard work and help families to get ahead. I believe that family should be at the core of our policy decision making. Finally, my biggest thank and my acknowledgement goes to my husband Henry, who is my absolute rock. You are the reason I am here. Your commitment to our community is just as large as mine. Although you don't like the limelight, the work you do behind the scenes is immense. We are a strong team, and I wouldn't be standing here today without the sacrifices you have made. We love Tuki Tuki. It's the best place on this earth to raise our family, and we are so proud to represent all families. I will ensure I always back provincial New Zealand. I won't accept mediocrity. I'm aspirational for our country in New Zealand. So now is the time to serve and get to work. Thank you.
Hey, no, hey, look. Hey, All right, I think we're very close to getting underway. To make a maiden speech to the House, I call on Tom Rutherford.